Welcome to the Caribbean Edge Kids. My name is Aunty Dawn, and I am here.
What happened? Gotten cut off. Can you hear me, you two girls? Can you hear me?
Yes, Miss, we can.
For some reason, it has cut off. I think we have to rejoin.
Miss, you're back.
Looks like we lost everyone. I think Auntie Sophie is joining us too. So sorry for that delay. I'm glad you beautiful people stuck around with us. How is everyone?
Very good.
Good. All right. So I'm going to just introduce everyone again. So we do have Natalia from Jamaica. Hi, Natalia.
Hi, Miss.
Hi, Kalila. And welcome to the Caribbean Edge Kids, both coming from Jamaica to join us. And we also have our author, Gina Harvey-Lewis. Welcome,
Morning.
Gina.
Good morning.
Good afternoon. Well,
Afternoon.
morning in Jamaica. Well, afternoon in Jamaica.
Just,
so you're
just afternoon.
behind. Hi, everyone. So I think Auntie Sophie's reconnecting with us, but my name is Aunty Dawn from the Caribbean Edge Kids, and we're so happy to have everyone join us along with myself and Auntie Sophie. Welcome back. So Natalia, take us away. I know you have an amazing book for us, and then I'm going to catch up with you. What do you have to read for us today? You have to unmute as well. So The Paper Princess, love it.
A little girl sat in the sunshine, joined a princess. The princess's dress was like a forest. Her tops were like starry skies. Her shoes were like watermelons. Her face was so friendly and brave that the little girl loved her. What kind of ear should I give my princess? The little girl wondered as she cut the princess out. Your hair will be soft, she said, offering the princess a cracker. Cotton hair will be fluffy, she thought, taking the princess for a ride. Hooch! The wind sent the princess flying. Wait, the girl chased after her. I didn't finish you. I will finish myself, the princess called in a voice as thin and new as she was. But I want to play with you, the little girl cried. You're the best thing I've ever made. Don't blow away. The princess tried to fly back to the girl, but the wind carried her the other way, till she waves goodbye. Then summer salted through the air, over a meadow, over a river. What kind of ear should I give myself? The princess wondered as she tumbled through the sky. Cloudy air is too cold, she thought, trying a little on. Blossom ear smells too sweet, she sneezed. Candy wrapper is too crinkly. She threw the candy wrapper off and sailed on, bald as the man in the moon, arriving at a carnival. A boy on the first wheel caught her, and in hand they whirled around. The princess loved the ride, the colored lights, the stars, the jingling music, the warmth of the little boy's hands. Hello up there, the boy's mother called. The boy waved back, dropping the princess. The wind caught her up again. It carried her into a town, past houses smelling of supper, past children playing with dolls, past parents tucking their children into bed. The princess saw them and felt homesick. I can do without you, she said, but I wish my little girl were still with me. Gently the wind rocked the princess until she drifted off to sleep. She floated like a leaf through the night.
The end. What a beautiful young reader you are, Natalia. That was awesome. And why did you pick that particular story?
Because it's my favorite.
It's your favorite. And why is it your favorite? You can stay off mute. You can unmute. There you go.
I like to read about princesses.
Okay, that's beautiful. That's a great reason. And how old are you?
I am 7 years old.
7 years older and such an excellent reader. So you're here to motivate and inspire other young readers as well. What do you do for fun?
I read and sometimes watch television.
Okay, awesome. So tell us, you are in the beautiful island of Jamaica, and I absolutely love your accent. So tell the rest of the world what favorite food you like in Jamaica.
I like rice, chutney rice with curry chicken.
You like the curry chicken and the rice. Okay, I remember growing up and my grandma wanted me to eat rice and peas. And I used to pick out the peas and put it to the side because I only liked the rice. And you know what my grandma did? She made me sit at the table till I finished all the peas. So then I learned to love rice and peas. So that's my story about rice and peas. I love it. And I love Jamaica. So tell us, do you have any brothers or sisters?
Yes, I only have one sister.
One sister. Is she older or younger?
She's older.
And what's her name?
Nikayla.
Nikayla. So we have to get Nikayla to join us one day on the show as well. Auntie Sophie, what an exceptional young girl.
Yes, and she reads with such emphasis, and she was getting into it. So we know that it's your favorite story, Natalia. Thanks for sharing that with us. And you are a princess too. And Auntie Dawn, my little one, as you know, my daughter, she has been on the program before. She's not as little as these little ones, but she's still my baby. She's a grown woman, but she's still my baby. And I remember her at Natalia's age. I would give her rice and peas, and I didn't have to explain what it was. I saw her picking out the peas, and I said, "What you doing?" She said, "Too many seeds, too many seeds." She thought there were seeds. So she was scattering.
Thank you, mate.
So we all have our little rice and peas story.
Yeah.
And I just want to bring back in our author today, Gina. What an exceptional reader, Natalia.
She read beautifully, and it's a lovely story. Really nice story. Beautiful descriptions in it.
Yes, and I love your smile, Natalia. Thanks for introducing that book to us. We love princess stories. And so we have Miss Kalila patiently waiting. Hi, Kalila. Top of the morning, afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Miss.
Good afternoon, beautiful. And how old are you?
I am 6 years old.
6 years old. So what book do you have to read for us?
Lola at the library.
So can we see your Lola there we go, Lola at the library. So go ahead and tell us all about Lola at the library.
Lola loves Tuesdays. On Tuesdays, Lola and her mommy go to the library. The library opens at 9 o'clock, but Lola is ready to go long before that. She puts all the books she's borrowed last week in her backpack. The library card is also very important. The library is not very far away, so Lola and her mommy always walk there. Lola and her mommy give back the books from last week. The librarian buzzes them through the machine. There is a special section in the library just for children. It is really cool. Nobody ever says shh. Sometimes there is singing. Lola knows all the words and hands for Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Sometimes there is story time. Lola loves that. After story time, Lola chooses her books in the library. She can have any book she wants. Lola likes stories with bears and anything with shoes. There are so many, it takes ages to choose. Mommy has some books too. The librarian buzzes them through the machine, then stamps the date inside. Lola must bring them back in 2 weeks, but she will probably be back for more long before then. Lola and her mommy always get a snack after visiting the library. Mommy has a cappuccino and Lola has juice. Whenever Lola has been good, her mommy lets her taste the foam. Then it is time to go home again. Every night after Lola is tucked in bed, her mommy reads her a story. It is the best way to end the day. The end.
Thank you so much. We heard you quite clearly, and such a nice word, cappuccino. I love cappuccino too, right? Who doesn't love a great cappuccino? And you both, I must say, have amazing smiles. You speak so eloquently and read so well. You know, a lot of kids struggle with reading out loud. And as I listen to you read, I am so impressed with your diction and how well you read and pronounce your words, both of you young ladies, that you're setting standards for everyone else watching and sharing this video. So thank you, Kalila. I want to talk to you a little bit about why you picked that particular book.
Because I like to read.
You like to read. Awesome. And we can tell that you certainly like to read. Do you know what you want to be when you grow up?
Not as yet.
Not yet. Not at 6 years old. Some of us adults still don't know what we want to be when we grow up. We're ever changing with the world. The world changes around us. But what do you do for fun?
I read.
You read. We can tell you read. Anything else? Do you play anything?
I play with my toys.
With your toys? Any brothers or sisters?
I have a little sister.
Oh, how old is she?
2.
2. So have you started reading to her yet?
Yes.
Yes, that's beautiful, because you know what? She's going to be a better reader because of you as well. So very good for all the older siblings to read to their young siblings as well. And since you're in Jamaica, I'm going to ask you too, what do you like to eat?
I like to eat ackee and saltfish.
Woo-hoo! So that's the national dish. Auntie Dawn, in fact, right after this show is going to cook some ackee and saltfish. I already started the process, so I'm going to finish it and just fill up my tummy wummy in a couple hours with some ackee saltfish. So thank you for sharing that. And for the people that haven't tried ackee and saltfish, just hook up with a yardie, a Jamaican friend, and make them give you some ackee and saltfish. You'll love it. Auntie Sophie?
Yes, what brilliant reader and such expression to Auntie Dawn. Let me tell you something. I think she is the person in that book. I think she was reading about herself, loving the library and loving to read and what she does after. Can you imagine it to have kids say a library trip is an exciting trip or a thing she looks forward to? So I'm very happy that you shared that book with us. And I too remember my library trips. Can you show me the picture of that person on the book again, Lola? Because I love her little twist. Look at Lola. I think that was me. So thank you for sharing that, Kalila. Continue to read and you are inspiring little ones, as Auntie Dawn said. And thanks to Mommy for encouraging you to read, because I know your mommy loves to write books too. So thank you, okay?
Yes.
And I'm going to have some ackee and saltfish too when I am done.
It's an ackee and saltfish kind of day. And I'm cooking dumpling, yam, and banana. I went to the grocery store early this morning to pick up all the good stuff I needed to finish this dish. And my daughter Jade is dying for me to finish it too. So Gina.
That was beautiful. She really read well. Both of them read extremely well for their ages, you know, and a lot of expression. Well done, girls.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, mate.
You're so welcome. And you guys are just amazing. You have no idea how much you are impacting other young readers. As I mentioned before, not all kids are comfortable reading out loud. So at 6 and 7 years old, you are absolutely confident in your reading skills. And hats off to your parents and teachers and family and friends that support you. So awesome job, young ladies. I'm going to ask our author, Gina, now to share with us, because I think she's sharing her own book with us.
That's right. It's the Adventures of Lumi Twizzy. Tales of Lumi and Twizzy, you all must have heard of the beautiful unicorn and the shy twinkle bird. They brought love and joy to as many as they could, especially the animals who lived nearby in the woods. And here they are. The bird is patterned after the Jamaican Dr. Bird. Okay. As a new day began, the sun showed its bright face, shining golden rays lit up the whole place. The trees brightened up, flowers lifted their heads, showing off their colors, the pinks, blues, and reds. The animals who lived together, no matter their size, slowly woke themselves up and rubbed sleepy eyes. Lumi and Twizzy were waking up too, thinking about what they might like to do. The morning was bright, the breeze cool and fresh. They were up and ready. They'd had a good rest. They wanted adventure, so they decided to go somewhere new and exciting where they didn't know. They thought they might try and cross over the stream to another new area where they'd never been. They checked on their friends, made sure they were good, then they slowly made their way out of the wood. They followed the path, passing places they knew. They waved to their friends as they usually do. In the distance, they heard a babbling sound, and they hurried a bit and covered more ground. There in front of them was a rippling small stream. The water was sparkling and ever so clean. Immediately, Twizzy wanted to go for a dip, but Lumi only allowed him to have a quick sip. "We said we'd explore," she said in a soft voice. "You can stay here or come. It's entirely your choice." Of course, Twizzy would never let her go on alone, so he flew onto her back without even a moan. "Let's go," he cheeped with a great big smile as he did a little dance in true Twizzy smile. As they came out of the forest, they saw a large space with hundreds of flowers all over the place. There were daisies and buttercups, lavender and more. They had never seen so many varieties before. Butterflies and bees were flying around, and many types of birds could also be found. There you go. There's a beautiful area that they're in. All the flowers and all the butterflies and everything. They could see a large field a bit farther out. "Let's see what's there," said Twizzy with a shout. Lumi nodded and trotted on until they got near. All of a sudden, her heart filled with fear. "I'm not sure I like this," she said to her friend. "I think we should stay closer to the other end." When suddenly a frightened little bird flew past. "Oh, thank goodness, maybe someone can help me at last. I've lost my two friends," she said. "They flew over there. They didn't come back. Something's happened, I fear." There's a little bird flying along. "We'll have a look," said Lumi, pulling up to full height. Twizzy, scared as usual, held on for dear life. They entered the field through a weird little path. They heard a strange noise and a terrible laugh. Out from the grass jumped some strange-looking creatures with bright purple hair and quite ugly features. "Where are you going?" they cackled together. "For you to go past, we need that bird's feather." There. "Oh, me?" Twizzy gasped. "You have got to be mad." "We're not," said one creature. "It won't be that bad. We'll just pluck out one, and you can go past, but we suggest that you turn around and get out of here fast." "Well, there's a cave over there. We could put you in it. Many birds are in there. You'll make friends in a minute." Twizzy was scared. Lumi told him to hush. Then she turned her attention to the creatures in the brush. "What is the matter?" she asked them politely. The creatures looked at her strangely and moved away slightly. No one had spoken to them gently before. They were taken aback and wanted to hear more. "Arr!" they shouted. "You should be frightened by us." "I'm not," replied Lumi. "You're just making a fuss. You're trying to be bad, but you really are not. Now, what's this about feathers? Have you taken a lot?" "Just from a few birds," they said. "We really wanted to fly because no one can see our ugliness from way up in the sky. Then we captured the birds and stuck them in a cave to make them calm down and make them behave." "Oh, goodness," said Lumi. "You didn't need to be mean. The nicer you are, the nicer you seem. Would you like someone to pluck out your hair and keep you a prisoner in that cave over there?" "You're right," they replied, and they looked really sad. "We'll tell them we're sorry. We've really been bad. Maybe we could take them some nectar and food and show them we've changed and only mean good." So they went to the field and gathered some berries, some straw for the nests, and a few little cherries. While Lumi and Twizzy led the way to the cave, the creatures were trying their best to behave. "Suppose they don't like us because we were kind of mean. Would you tell them that we're a lot nicer than we seem?" There they are, gathering all the nuts and the berries to take for the birds. worry, said Twizzy. I'll write on your head. Then they'll know you're not as bad as everyone said. So they went to the cave. The creatures said they were sorry. Lumi told the frightened birds, you don't have to worry. They really are nice and they want to be friends. And they'll give back the feathers. They want to make amends. They brought you some food. They're doing their best to show they can be good. Can you do the rest? The birds looked at each other. It was a hard task to forgive these strange creatures. Was it too much to ask? The birds flew into a circle and chatted together. They made a decision and each took back its own feather. We think, one chirped, that we should give you a chance, but no meanness from you. Not one horrid glance. Promise, said one creature with a big smile. We haven't had friends in such a long while. Come to our house, we'll make you some tea, and we'll have a great time. Just follow us and see. So off they all went. Lumi waved them goodbye. Twizzy was so touched that he started to cry. I love endings, he said with a sob. Lumi, don't you think we did a wonderful job? We did, agreed Lumi, looking quite shy. And they started back home as the moon crossed the sky. The lesson we learned from this short little book is that we shouldn't judge people by the way that they look. Kindness and love can help others to see the best type of person that they can possibly be. And there they are, all going happily away. The end.
I love it. I see Kalila smiling. Oh, did you like that one, Kalila?
Yes, Auntie Dawn.
Anything specific you liked about that story?
Yes,
What did you like?
I liked the unicorn in there and the birds.
Absolutely. I love the pictures too. So bright and colorful, very different and unique. And I love the storyline on that book. Thank you, Miss Gina. How about you, Natalia?
I like the colors of the bird, and I like that the unicorn told the persons who were picking up the feathers that they need to be kind.
Absolutely. And kindness is so needed in this day and age. So thank you, Miss Gina, for introducing us to that book. Tell us about you, Gina, and why you chose to write that wonderful story.
Well, I teach at Immaculate, and I notice that a lot of children don't like to read. So I do my best within my class to do a lot of reading and encourage them to read things that they enjoy. It doesn't have to be just a storybook. It can be books on facts. It can be comics. It can be anything. And I just thought that maybe I could write something that would resonate with the children and they would enjoy reading and using a unicorn, because lots of children love unicorns, right? They really, really love unicorns. And the unicorn is so gentle and peaceful. And the little bird is very kind of thing, you know? So I decided to try, and I did that one. This one is book 2. There's also book 1, and there is a book 3 coming.
So what's the name of book 1?
They're just the Adventures of Lumi and Twizzy, book 1. Adventures of Lumi and Twizzy, book 2. And
awesome.
Book 3.
And how do they find you? How do the viewers find you?
Well, I'm on Instagram. I'm on Instagram, and I'm also on Facebook.
So we're getting some echo there. All right. So we know can we find you on Amazon?
Yes, they're on Amazon, along with a third book will be on Amazon this week too.
Okay, good. Auntie Sophie?
Yes, I love that too. The Adventures of Lumi and Twizzy. That is a great way of getting the kids engaged. And as Natalia said, too, the colors in the book are vibrant. Who is your illustrator? I think that was really brilliant.
She is a girl called Atira Robinson. She lives in Jamaica also, and she illustrated both books for me.
Wonderful, wonderful. So thanks for sharing that. And I love the moral of the story. I love the idea that you're teaching lessons as you share the stories with your little ones. And we're so happy to have you to use this platform to share the story with the world. Thank you so much, Gina.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So I'm going to wrap up here and ask the kids any final thoughts, anything you want to say to your viewers. Now is your chance. How about you, Natalia?
Thank you.
You're absolutely welcome. Keep reading, keep smiling, and keep having fun, okay? And thanks for joining us today.
Okay, you too, Miss Dawn.
I will. How about you, Kalila?
Thanks for having me.
You are welcome. You are both amazing young girls. I'm so happy and delighted that we got to feature you on the Caribbean Edge Kids. So if you're watching this show, remember to share these amazing children and our amazing authors. Well, make sure you check her out on Amazon, and we'll certainly also publish in the messages the names of the books that the kids read today, as well as the author's book. So that way you can go look for them, because they're great books for you all to read. Auntie Sophie?
And it's always my pleasure to sit here and be entertained, informed, and many times educated by these little ones. So thanks again for the opportunity. And I hope the listeners and the viewers as well enjoyed this program. And as we always say, read, read, and not stop read. It opens up the world to you. So thank you, Gina, for being an author. Thanks for sharing your talent and your skill with the world. And thank you, little ones. Continue to read. Little Kalila, tell your mother to keep on taking you to the library. Continue. And Natalia, I hope you get a little library card too and join the library, okay? And to all the parents out there, continue to read with the little ones and encourage them to read, not stop reading. Thank you. And I always say, walk good.
Well, good. Any closing words, Miss Gina?
Just that. Read. It's such a lovely pastime. You can go into so many places that you would never be able to go to, and it improves everything in school. Once you read, you've got it. You know, so read as much as you can whenever you can.
Thank you. Such a pleasure to meet you. Thank you, everyone that tuned in. And remember to share this episode of the Caribbean Edge Kids. And as we always say, walk good. Thanks for tuning in. One love, guys. Bye.
Bye, Auntie Dawn. Bye,